Here it comes. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. You are looking live at the Fire Zone Show. My man, Dennard Melton at the Fire Zone Show on Twitter is yours truly, MC. And unless you've been living in a cave, under a rock, whatever, it's NFL free agency, man. It is upon us. It is real and it is spectacular. And the Ravens, in somewhat of an uncharacteristic manner, been a little active in the early part of free season. Little something, little something. Signed Marcus Williams, free safety, formerly of the Saints. Signed Morgan Moses, right tackle, formerly of the Jets. And bring them home. Bring them back. This is Darius Smith. Just announced that one today, coming back from Green Bay. So, there's going to be time to talk about all of that and all these guys, and free agency is still rolling on. So there could be more signings to come. Who knows? But tonight we're going to jump into a little film session just on Marcus Williams, right? Take a look at one of his games, kind of see what he's working with out there when he was with the Saints in that defense. Before we do all of that, got to touch base with the man himself. Dennard, how you doing?
I'm good. It was a great day outside. I enjoyed some warm weather for a change, so it was good. It was a good day.
Beautiful day out there. 70s, sunshine. Couldn't ask for a better day out there.
Oh, you could not.
And, for Ravens fans who were a little sad Monday, when it looks like, it's the tampering period. We're not seeing no Ravens news. We're not seeing them sign anybody. Then we hear some things Tuesday, Wednesday, and then of course today's Tuesday, Wednesday, and then of course today at 4 p.m. the official start of the league year. So all these things that were reported up to this point can now be announced officially. So people can pump the brakes on their panic a little bit about they not making moves, they not trying to get better. Hey, not only did they make moves, they made some moves, some real moves.
Some real moves.
So let's check out our man, Marcus Williams, number 43. You can see him right there on your screen, pointing right back there in the secondary. Got the black shoes on, the white arm sleeve on the right arm. I'm always checking the uniform swag. Makes me easier to follow guys.
Yes.
So let's roll it. And we'll jump around because this is a full game, and obviously we're not here necessarily to watch the Saints offense. So when we get to that side of the ball, we'll jump around a little bit, skip through some stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
Saints got good defense. Yeah, Saints got good defense, man. I watched a couple of these games over the last couple of days, especially early in the season when they were healthy.
I've been watching a little bit of him, clips here and there. And it makes you appreciate having a quality free safety who can clean up some mistakes. And it allows their corners to be ultra aggressive.
Having that eraser back there makes a big difference.
Big difference.
Like back in the day in the NBA, having that big man in the paint. That could erase things.
Everything. I mean, it kind of, it's what you've been looking for because it's what's been lacking in their defense since Ed left, really.
Yeah.
Because of the way the scheme was put together, you had to have a guy like that who can cover up some things that you are going to leave exposed.
They've been in that safety wilderness looking for a while.
Well, I saw a list of names on Twitter today. I fell out of my chair and almost cried. It's a bad list.
Yeah, the previous safeties. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's at the top of the screen up there near the 30. Again, black shoes. Just look for the black shoes in the secondary. Well, that's true. Richie Grant got black shoes too, so don't just look for those.
Yeah.
Getting after TB12 a little bit. That's what he came back for, huh? Came back for that.
mean, he'll come up there and get it.
Yeah. I mean, I like their secondary, just watching them. I mean, obviously, Lattimore is a top corner. They also got P.J. Williams. You got Marcus Williams. You got a young boy, Richie Grant out there, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. You got a nice little secondary down there. Well, had a nice little secondary. They just lost a major piece out of it.
So I have a question for you. We always like to play around with a little bit of conspiracy theories. You remember when the Ravens were interviewing defensive coordinators?
Yep.
And they interviewed the guy from the Saints.
I do.
Just throwing it out there. Was that a twofold interview?
It was what was his name? Chris Richard. Chris Richard? I think it was Chris Richard.
Yep, DB coach down there.
Yeah, secondary coach down there.
Yeah. You think that was more about column A or column B?
Hey, you never know in this game, man. It's cutthroat. NFL is cutthroat. And teams will do whatever they got to do to get an edge and get information. Let me see. Okay, he's at the bottom of the screen now. A little check on something. Coming across, escorting Fournette out. Yeah, that's it. Hey, I don't put nothing past. Look, you already I've not said it publicly, but you've already heard some of my conspiracy theories, especially around like Mike McDonald and what was going on with Wink and that whole situation. So, I put some out there. I don't put them out there, but I tell you and some other people.
That just popped in my head, and I figured that just needed to be said out loud.
It's on record now. It's on record. So if something come out, people can say, "Hey, we heard it here first. We heard it from
something like that." You try to get ahead of some things, right?
You out here breaking news.
Yeah.
Go back, see that one from the wide.
It's just when you're kind of the stuck corner, the stuck safety at the goal line, you really can't help.
Yeah.
With those type of routes.
Yeah, I'm saying he's got to sit because he gets somebody coming at him vertically. He's
right
there. And you get that one. I'm trying to see what's 20. Richie, I think. No, I keep calling him Richie Grant. It's not Richie Grant. 27. Okay.
Well, this is also knowing your opponent. And the Bucs did this on purpose. They high-load the linebacker, but high-load him at like 8-9 yards instead of 5.
Yeah.
So he had to stay home because he didn't see anything in his face. And they just widened the gap.
Yeah, and he's got that back. Does the back come out to his side?
Yep.
He's got to have eyes on that. And then they run 14. I think that's Godwin coming in behind Mike Evans. That little follow, that's a tough.
It's literally a moving pick.
Yeah.
That's all That's all Mike Evans is doing. He's just clearing out, running a route, looking to contain bodies.
Now, I know we're looking at Williams, but what do you think about 22 right here? I mean, it doesn't look like he got rubbed off that much.
No, he just – they should have run it the other way. Like I said, these teams know each other, so they know the Saints are going to run this coverage to the set. Yeah. So therefore, they know that Godwin's going to get a free release.
Yeah, and it's conceptually, like you said, it's cool because you got these safeties sitting inside and your corner's playing outside leverage, thinking, okay, I got safeties inside. But like you said, the way these two routes work together, those safeties can't really help.
Nope.
And the corners don't, like I said, they're playing outside leverage. So
they kept everything compact and didn't allow the safeties to kind of expand and then kind of close. Because if Williams ever to get extended into the end zone, he could read that play better because his eyes are now have focused back in. He's still reading through all the crap.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hey, Bucs on the board. All right, we're going to skip through some Saints offense. I know all my Jameis Winston fans out there missing out.
Oh, did you see Miles Jack to the Steelers?
Saw that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, him and Devin Bush are the same player.
I was going to say, that is, you think about it and you wonder. I mean, look, obviously you got two guys who can run, never a bad thing. But yeah, it seems like there might be some.
Maybe they're souring on Devin Bush.
Some overlap, maybe. Yeah, well, could be. Looks like they're gonna kick a little field goal here. Kick off. Well, maybe. I'm trying to think. When did Shazier get hurt? It's been a while ago now.
It's about 5 years, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it was before Bush was there. So
yeah.
Thinking they trying to get two guys in there who can run.
Well, they haven't been able to replace Lawrence Timmons, that type of player, since he left.
Yeah,
that dude was anvil.
Who was that other dude? Vince Williams. He was in there for a while.
Break down, get up there. Yeah. My man can cover some ground.
He can. He's got some range. And like I was telling you, I like his eyes. I mean, I think his eyes are typically in the right places. And I think that's why you see him react as quickly as he does, because he's got his eyes where they're supposed to be.
Come up with Philly Alley. I like it.
Because if you're reading your keys, if you got your eyes right and you're reading your keys and trusting your keys, then you can play without hesitation.
Simple. Basic. Hopefully we'll see a lot more of that and let these boys just fly.
Yeah. Remember that thing I shared with you that Harrison Smith was talking about? He's talking about young linebackers, but it could apply to any young defensive player. He's like, hey, sometimes just don't move when the ball is there. He was like, just wait.
I guarantee you are not missing anything in that first second and a half.
Yeah. These young guys, they get so excited and they start jumping all around and moving all around. And he's like, just be calm and then move decisively.
Yeah. Be patient.
Yeah. But it's hard. We've seen it with some of our young guys. You want to make plays. And certain guys feel like they got to make every play. So they all over the place.
Well, that is also a defensive philosophy that's no longer in that building, I believe.
A little shot.
He almost got caught napping.
Almost.
Oh, the corner got it. Ooh, you can't have that happen.
Yeah. See, he gets those crossers at him in the middle of the field. So he they put that.
He's got to hang for a second. Yep.
Yeah. They put that cheese in front of him. And then I think that's Latimer up there on Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Gave him a little
Mike Evans shoved.
Yeah. That's what those big boys do best.
Got him beat.
Because you can see the range is good. Really, his range is good, but it's you can be had.
Yes. Who was covering who?
at the bottom.
No, he checked 18, I think it was. The top screen crosser. That's where his eyes went.
Yeah. I don't know. That might be PJ Williams. I couldn't see his number. It might be 26.
So that's the corner they wanted to help. So him going to the middle of the field to help that corner, they once again know who you're playing.
Yeah. And it makes sense. Marshawn Lattimore, I mean, he's stud. You know, we talk about a Pro Bowl, all-pro type corner. If we helping somewhere, it's probably not going to be with him.
Nope.
I mean, it's a nice concept. It's a nice concept by the Bucs.
Absolutely.
To get your guy one-on-one down the field. It's good on good. But we've seen it's early so far, but they kind of staying out of the middle of the field. I mean, aside from that one down in the red zone, the low red zone.
Yeah. Tom don't mess with if you got good one, he ain't going there too many times. that is Tom's MO. Nope. And that's what made Brady so great. He's just like, okay, your best players in the middle of the field. Guess what? I'm not going.
Yeah, he's talked about that before. He's like, it's a simple game, man. I'm going to throw the ball where the defense isn't. But it's not complicated.
Not complicated.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people try to complicate it.
Yeah, he's like, if you got guys over there, I'm not throwing it over there.
No.
This is not rocket science out here.
No.
You can play 20 years. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep the main thing the main thing.
Why mess with a bad good thing?
Oh, I gotta do that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to wait to do that.
I tell you what, punt and punt return is like life and death.
Mm-hmm.
You get fired off that thing so quickly.
Yeah, and it takes a different kind of cat.
I did it in college, all 4 years. You have to be a different breed.
I mean, you just gotta run down there like you crazy, basically,
and expect the unexpected. Most times than not, it's not going to show up. So why? See, okay, why are your hips turning inside?
Yeah, let's take that back.
What are we doing? What's the coverage? So we're in man. No, I guess backside man.
I was gonna say this split field. They got some kind of split field situation going on here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One thing at the top, something else at the bottom.
Yeah, I was wondering why Williams rolled initially.
Yeah, he opens up inside.
Yeah.
And I see Howard, I think that's 80, or whoever 80 is. You know, he gets a vertical release, but there's a safety on that side. 27. I don't know if he's expecting something to come across.
I guess.
And then what's the
corner? He can keep his hips square longer.
Yeah, what's the corner?
He doesn't have a threat. Kind of puts him out of position a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, see, we were just saying too, throw it where they're not. Tom said, "Oh, okay."
You leaving him by himself over there? I'll pick him all day long.
Crowd the middle of the field. All right. Tom said, "That ain't no problem." I think 56 is. I think that's the Mario Davis. You got backer.
I'm surprised he left Carolina.
Is that where it was?
I believe so. Wasn't it like a thing?
Hey,
He ended up in New Orleans.
I'm gonna trust you. You know, I got a terrible memory.
I just feel like it was like a thing. Like why? Like,
Terrible.
or maybe he was with the Jets. I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe somebody they out there listening, they'll jump in the comments and say something.
Say something. You're all wrong. Good.
Yeah. Hey, look, we wanna get it right. We ain't worried about being right. We want to get it right. So if you got the facts, let us know. Oh,
Yeah, we can't put is that Jenkins down there at the bottom of the screen, 21?
21. Who is 21? I gotta see. Now I gotta look these dudes up.
He over here getting abused. Straight. This is straight. I'm not gonna speak ill of them. Dearly left the team.
I mean, you know, it was all right. In position to make a tackle.
You can't be jumpy at the tackle point. Like
didn't work
you
out.
hopping, he gone. As soon as you hop, whoop, I got you. See ya. Hop, I'm gone. That's like a offensive player's dream. As soon as he see you start hopping, I got you.
Well, let's see. See if he got to learn that lesson more than once.
Tom Brady ain't worried about challenging Mr. Williams.
No. I'm good.
And Malcolm Jenkins is still the man, the myth, the legend.
He said, I'm good, baby. I will throw it away from you. Live 5 minutes a day. Bradley Roby. That's who 21 is. Bradley Roby.
Oh, a famous Texan. He's an Ohio State bust at corner. Seemed like a lot of those showing up lately.
And he got a deal. I thought I saw his name recently. I don't know if he's staying with the Saints. I have to look it up. I think I saw his name out there somewhere.
We were talking about that earlier this week about how inconsistent, I guess is the best way to put it, the defensive back play has been.
Yeah.
In the league.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we need to stop looking at those big schools and drafting those corners.
Is this Davenport? Yeah, number 92. Or him and Cam Jordan, I guess. Cam Jordan got up in there. That's another thing. Watching
who let that man loose?
Yeah, like obviously you know Cam Jordan is good, but you know we Ravens fan. I don't watch Saints on a regular basis, but watching these games to see Williams, I mean he is a menace. Cam Jordan is a menace.
He's worse than Cameron Hayward for the Steelers. Like he's just angry all day.
This boy, their right tackle, Tristan Wirfs, no, he's a dude too. But look at this.
I did see. I was watching. Someone posted something on Moses earlier against TJ Watt. It was a stalemate, but TJ Watt was getting underneath him a few times, and I was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, I know we talk defense on here, but I got a chance to peep a little bit of Morgan Mogus. Couple games today. I want to do a few more, but you know, those tall dudes, you know, it's hard for them to bend.
Yep.
Like that. But interesting for Mr. Mo. I got, you know, there was a game they played the Bengals last year, so you got a chance to see him against an AFC North opponent. Like a lot of those, you know, sometimes this stuff goes back like a couple of years and guys aren't on the team anymore. when
Right.
this deal happened. But he gonna see a lot of those dudes again
Yes.
in 2022. Like Sam Hubbard and Hendrickson, you know, the dude's still gonna be there.
Well, he feels very confident in himself to hold up against those individuals to come in and play. But I feel sorry for all those cats out in the AFC West. That ain't right.
Nope. If you a tackle out there, boy, let me tell you, here we go. We get a little action here. Last line of defense.
Doing his job though. Just
Yep.
get it on the ground. Just get it on the ground. I don't care how you do it. Just get him on the ground.
Get him on the ground.
Get him on the ground. I don't need something spectacular because if this was Deshaun Elliott, I guarantee you he would have flew in there like a missile and missed.
Yeah, you talked about it a lot last season. Just get the guy on the ground and line up to play the next play. It's
simple.
Yeah. But when you go for these kill shots and, you know, and you miss, now you expose, you know, the whole defense, and you might be lining up for the next play, but it's after the band played.
Yeah.
And that done scored a touchdown. Tom, give him another one here. Oh, Pitt. Need that.
Here's my question. Where are you going? Near sideline.
I don't know.
You're taught. Interception. Near sideline. He goes near sideline. It's 6.
Did Tom have pressure in his face? Why did he throw that there? I mean, it didn't look like
someone ran a wrong route, but this also is because you have Malcolm Jenkins and Marcus Williams behind you, who will clean up some of your guesses. And this gentleman knew the route and said, I'm going to stop.
Yeah. Stop right here. That's Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
That man said, I'm going to stop right here because I know where that ball's coming.
Okay. 2 turnovers to start. Trevor Siemian, don't know what he's going to do about it. We're not going to find out.
They're probably kicking out a field goal.
Look like a touchdown.
Yeah.
I got a touchdown in there, but we only care about the defense, so go right on past that. Line up, see what we got.
It's interesting that Mr. Mayhew is still out there. The Honey Badger.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of the safeties, you know, he's the name. And I think, you know, there's probably expectation that he'd be one of the early signees in the safety group. But, you know, maybe he's being a little selective. I mean, he can be, you know, but where he wants to go next.
It's just hard for me to.
The Ravens now. we do know that.
Yeah. It's just hard for me to put him in a spot. You have to tailor the defense to him.
Hey, what happened? I missed something. I got the ball back again. That one flew by me that time. My bad. I was asleep at the wheel there. I was like, oh, damn, they're back on. Oh. You know, they something about that. I mean, I know it's a division rivalry, and we know how that goes. They just got the Bucs number, man. Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't know who's that. AK. You get this one. Ooh. Yeah, we're good.
How did so many people miss on him?
Yeah, he came. What was he at? Tennessee.
But who was in the backfield with him? I think that was part of the issue. Was that Arian? No, that wasn't Arian Foster.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got me. I'd have to look it up. I don't know.
I'm gonna look that. You got me intrigued.
But yeah, there was something about him, and he didn't get used a whole lot for whatever reason. I don't remember what the reason was, but obviously he's been legit in the NFL. Legit. So I think this is one of the things too about when you've got like a for real safety in the middle of the field, like a guy that has to be respected.
Yep.
Tom throws this one in there, but you just don't see QBs look to that part of the field as much when you got a legitimate guy back there.
The Ravens are paying more for presence than they are for actual turnovers.
He got some of them too.
Yeah. But you have two individuals out on the outside who are two machines on their own when they have help behind them.
Yeah. They get the ball in their own ways. You know, MP going to pick it off. Marlon going to punch it out, dog it out.
Now he can sit on those short routes because he's going to have help over the top.
Yeah, that is a huge point. I mean, you've said it a couple times, but just being able to play more aggressively underneath because you've got somebody back there, like you said, that can cover you.
And you can be basic up front and be exotic on the back end because now you've got guys who can do it.
Yep.
So you don't have to be so exotic with your blitzes because you're doing it because you're trying to cover up the fact that you can't cover long enough.
Yeah. So you got to do some different things, and now if you don't get home, don't get pressure, that's going to expose those guys in the back end even more. Okay, here we go.
Get him on the ground. Get him on the ground.
Just get him on the ground. He tracked that hip.
Yep. There wasn't no diving or nothing. I'm going to get full contact.
Yep. Track the hip, trap the near hip, make sure he can't cut back on you. Like right from here. Just drag it, take an angle. Let's get him down.
Rodeo down. Yep.
You know, it ain't sexy, but it's the job.
It's the job done, and guess what? I can still hold him to 3 points.
Yeah. Or we can take it away again.
Yep.
Or they can score.
That was a silly route. Oh, gave it up.
We acting like this is a live game. Like you're playing right now.
He gave it up. What a route, though.
Yeah.
Is that a completed catch?
Oh wait, I think they called it back. See, that's the thing about this. With what they've done with the all 22 on Game Pass, you don't get to see certain things. So we're not gonna see what the call was, if there was a penalty or something that brought it back. Or if it was just incomplete, like you said.
Right.
But we'll see them line up next. Yeah, look for Fournette out there. That's 7, right?
Yeah. I mean, they called it a fumble.
Yeah, because I mean he's got it right when he comes out to break. Boom, right. Catch.
1, 2.
I was about to say football move, but maybe not.
Well,
maybe not. I mean, we're gonna see it right after.
1, 2.
Not gonna be a whole lot of suspense. Yeah, here we go. We go.
Incomplete.
But again, you still got a chance. Almost got the ball back, but you still got a chance. Like you say, hold them to 3, or maybe you turn them over again.
Well, this is how number 56. This is how you play linebacker down in the goal line on pass defense. Like you have no other responsibility but find number 3. Where is he? And just put your hands on him. Oh. That's it.
Let's see it from the wide. Find him.
Find him.
Put your hands on him. I'm telling you, when you watch them play, they are a really sound defense. It reminds me of what they're different, you know, because they have a different scheme. But like when we talk about Buffalo, just a sound defense, everybody playing together, everybody knowing their assignment, knowing where their help is. See, you can see him. You can see Williams dap him up after the play because he's like, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you. Perfect. Practices all week. Love it.
Yeah.
That's it.
See, Tom knew. He went to that other side.
Came back with the
back coming out.
Well, they came back to the same play they ran on the other side.
Yeah.
Fournette
dress it up a little different. But.
Yeah. They just did it with motion to get him out there faster.
Yeah,
because they're so close to the end zone.
Gio bobbled it a little bit too, but he held on.
Where's number 20 going? Where are you going, bud?
No.
Where are you going?
I need to see this again. He ran up out. There.
Well, where are you going? Like you haven't even you haven't even understood what's going on yet. You still don't know what's going on.
Why does it? Why
do you know what's going on until like there? Like, oh,
look at him looking. He's like, what?
That was on me, wasn't it?
I mean, Bernard is in the end zone. He's looking around like
you can see it. You can see it in his body language. He knew. He did not know what was going on. He had no idea. He was like, oh no.
Watch him. Right here. Watch him. What? Huh?
That couldn't have been me, was it?
Damn, that was fast. That happened fast.
Oh my God.
That is speaking of Ohio State, that's Pete Werner from Ohio State.
I am sensing a pattern from Ohio State players.
Little linebacker there, Pete Werner. What's Pete doing? It was rookie year for Pete. Rookie year, so you know.
No.
Things are moving fast.
No. You cannot look that lost.
Hey.
They probably replayed that in film for a good while.
Things are moving fast, man. Look at him come downhill. Here we go. I want no hesitation on this thing.
But this is him mad and not reading what's going on. He was right the first time. Just go. You were right the first time.
Oh Lord. I'm looking at Williams. I did see Werner that time. Yeah, that looks familiar to me. I think I've seen similar action here. Man, this is young. It's tough. These young linebackers, man. It is tough.
Like, I see it, but I don't trust it. But I don't understand why you don't trust it.
It's happening fast, man.
It's not happening fast. Stop it.
For him, it is. It's happening fast for him. Because I don't know how else you explain it. Like you said, you saw it. Just trust it.
Trust it.
But you don't trust what you see.
Hey, the Bucs are just carving them up underneath, though.
Yes, look at him. We'll throw this thing to running backs all day long. I don't care. Because there's going to come a play or two in the game where you're going to come up on these backs, and I'm going to throw it over.
That's all it is. It's Tom. That's what makes Tom Brady great. Of the 4 mistakes a defense makes in a game, Tom capitalizes on all 4.
Yeah.
Average quarterbacks capitalize on 1 or 2.
Yeah. And you think about those plays, we all talk about them where you see it and the opportunity is there and they don't connect, right? Yep. Overthrow a guy or off target. You're like, man, you got to hit those, right? And the game just goes on. But that was it. Those are the plays that make the difference between winning and losing. And he, for 20 damn years, has been making those plays. You can't give him nothing. You give it to him, he go take it.
Yep. I love this by Marcus Williams. We don't see enough of this on the field. We don't. we see a lot of individuals celebrating. Marcus Williams coming up to celebrate his boy.
Yeah, and he does that a lot. I mean, in these other games that I watched, he's always dapping somebody up, keeping them up, congratulating
Very
them
important.
for what he did. And you can see that in the reactions of his teammates when his deal got announced. Dude was happy for him.
I think Cameron Jordan said he had to take a couple days for himself.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was go, but they were happy that he got his money.
I'm wondering what they end up paying the Jets safety.
Tom ain't messing with him. Tom's staying away from him. Look at Latimer. Got him again. But he caught up. Or did he? They got him PI.
Who is that down there? Is that Latimer?
That's Latimer. Watch, you going to give him this little hezzy. I'm gone.
Yo, Mike Evans is so legit. He made Jalen Ramsey look pedestrian.
He doesn't, when you talk about the top receivers in the league, his name doesn't like roll off people. That's not the first name that people talk about, but just look at his numbers. Look at what he's been doing ever since he's been in the league.
He was my top receiver in fantasy.
When he's healthy, this is what he does. You can hold him. It don't matter.
Don't matter.
Catching that thing anyway. And see, like you were saying, these are the moments. Look. Hey, you're not going to get no help over the top. They're not helping you because you their dude. So we're going to go one-on-one. Okay. My guy's going to win, and I'm going to put it on him. And that's what he did.
But that's if you're the Saints, I'm okay with that.
I mean, that's the way the defense was designed to work. That guy has got that guy one-on-one. That's what we've done out here. And somebody's going to win. Mike Evans won.
That's when you got to hope your great player is going to be great.
Yeah. And
that's a lot of the problems the Ravens were running into in the last few years. Had a lot of average and good players, but no great players who can come up there and make that unbelievable play you need.
And we just saw great on great. And that's the thing. When it's two great dudes matching up, you're going to win some, I'm going to win some. It's going to go back and forth. But Evans won that one. Had Latimer earlier on that overthrow, but
I was gonna say something about that. Like that's one of those opportunities Tom normally doesn't miss.
Yeah, you can see now that was twice, and they connected on it. The second time they felt like they could get him on a double move, and they got him. Because I think that's the thing to your point about when you can play more aggressively when you got help over the top. They say, okay, that's true. When you don't have that help and you're still playing aggressively like that, you better be right. You better be dialed in.
Better be right.
Oh, a little trickeration here, huh? They tried anyway.
I don't know if this was going to be a double pass to Tom.
I think it was.
Yeah, Mike Evans was about to get dirty with it again.
Yeah.
He had Lattimore.
Tom had to be shaking his head at this play call. Like, man, just let me keep the ball. If you want to throw it, just let me keep the ball. So
let me boot this out.
Yeah, if the goal is to throw the ball, just let me keep it. What are we doing?
And Cam Jordan's like, Tom, you don't bust out of there like that. Cam Jordan's like, I smell a rat.
He smelled a rat right away.
He smelled a rat. He's like, that don't make no sense.
I mean, they lucky this didn't get picked off the way it got tipped and bad.
They're lucky it got tipped. Chris Godwin might be hitting his head on the goalpost.
Yeah, where was Williams at back there on this? Let's see. I was looking at what was going on up front so much. Let's see, he's back there. See what he was doing. Oh, yeah, he's all right.
He might have caught up with Evans, but like I said, Chris Godwin might have been running for decades.
Yeah, he sneaks out.
I mean, Lattimore would have peeled off and have been a one-on-one tackle at that point. So
yeah, a little sneak him out the back door. But this was good by these guys to take to pick up the deeper route, though.
Oh yeah, I mean Williams did everything correct. He went downhill,
Yeah.
and he felt uncomfortable right there. It was like, whoa.
Because even Latimer, he got caught looking a little bit. Watch, he got caught looking back there.
Yeah,
and he's like, ho, you got him. That's your man.
What I tell you, it's always nice to have somebody back there.
He's like,
"Race my mistakes."
What?
Yeah, that's the one thing about Tampa. Tampa doesn't. I mean, anybody with Tom Brady as their quarterback, they'll just do this all day.
Yeah, we're good.
We'll get to 7-8 yards, and we'll score on every possession.
Yeah, when you come up. I mean, he came up, got the guy on the ground, but
this is the stuff that gets defenses tired. It's not running at them; it's doing this.
You got to chase this
chasing down these screens, yeah.
And then you got to come down this big old tackle. You got to deal with him.
Go. I'm on the ground.
Hey. It ain't always going to be pretty, but it's effective.
Mario Davis wanted all this smoke and almost did it.
Wanted it. He ran up in there.
he wanted all the smoke.
All of it. Look at it. Oh. Man gave him what he wanted, too.
Man, as a middle linebacker, when you got one of these every once in a while, you took it. You didn't really care.
Because, hey, look. See, 76. Look at what happened 76, right? He's the puller. Right? Okay, yeah, you want that? You about that life? Now watch him back there. Watch, he calling for somebody.
Yeah.
Come get me.
Somebody better come get him.
Come get me. Yeah, I'm with you. I see why Demario Davis. Hey.
Take this shot and every bit of it.
Yeah, because 56 still out there.
Yeah, they were 74s out there now.
Yeah, telling you, I became a Saints defense fan. I was like, man, these dudes, they're tough, they're fast, they play together. You know, they ain't doing nothing super, super complex or anything. You know, every now and then they'll get into this, like their little sub package stuff.
Yeah.
But it ain't like, you know, rocket science. And they run to the ball. That's another thing I say. When you look, wherever the ball stops, you'll see multiple dudes around the ball.
That's what's been missing for years. Just swarming on defense.
Well, they preach it. Right? All the T-shirts, life is short, run to the ball. They preach it. They talk it.
No, you can preach it, talk it. If you're not doing it in practice, it ain't getting through. And maybe that's something they consolidated in terms of time, was doing those little types of drills that really reinforces running to the football, cover down, know your angles, do your angles. Like
I told you, I think I told you this. This is not on Wink. This was before him, but it was Dean Pease. And he did a clinic up in Michigan. This was years ago where they did like the Harbaugh clinic up in Michigan. So it was a bunch of Ravens dudes speaking up there. And Dean Pease spoke. And you know, during his talk, he got to this one point where he was talking about screens and like chasing down screens and stuff like that. And he was like, "We don't do pursuit drills in practice." He's like, "I think it's a waste of time."
That's insane.
He's like, "We don't do them."
And you wonder why you tackle bad, you have bad angles, and you tackle bad. You tackle bad. Why? Because you don't do pursuit drills. Cats don't know who's going to be next to him, who's the angle, how to do angles. You ain't doing that stuff in practice, guess what? You get the crap you see on Sundays. Guys bouncing off people, doing hero tackles, getting hurt with their shoulders, because we saw a lot of shoulders problems. Marlon Humphrey, Deshaun Elliott had a shoulder go out. That is an important thing as well. When you start seeing a lot of shoulder injuries, a lot of arm injuries, tackling is not being taught. And pursuit drills are not happening because guys are reaching, grabbing, instead of bringing their feet to the party. They're doing all the other crap, and then you start getting injured because you start grabbing and it gets twisted. You get separated shoulders, concussions, because now you've thrown out your tackling that you've learned over the last 5 years because now you want to lead with your shoulder and your arm extended. Like, what? I'm sorry about that rant tackling. That just
I mean, look, hey, we as Ravens fans, we're here, and you and I, we watched the defense and did some reviews and stuff like that, and you know this better than me. They say you are what you put on tape, and so we saw the missed tackles, we saw all the stuff you just described, and you can say, well, they're working on it, they're practicing it, but you are what you put on tape. So
I bet you they will be doing it this offseason. You think a guy who went to Upton College and with the hardballs, you think he's going to come back? You not going to run pursuit? Please. I'll be part of that was part of the our conditioning test. At the end of practice, we would do pursuit drills as part of conditioning test. Like, it was part of it. Like, if you messed up
you got a bust.
That portion, guess what? You added a couple more gases on the end of your day. Like, that's why JMU is all about defense. It's what we do. You better come there ready to play defense.
Somebody got caught in the cookie jar here.
Oh, get your hands. Who got caught? Who got caught?
They got a bunch down here at the bottom. How are they playing it?
Who got caught?
Did they lock it?
So Lattimore down here.
Communicating something. I thought Latimer was playing like first out. It looks like they're playing first in, first out, but he goes in 29. I think that's the inside guy. He goes in too.
They should have locked it. They tried to three-way it and zone mark it off. And guys got confused.
Because 22 locked it. 22, he's in lock. He's on 14. Yeah. He's on 14. And the other two guys.
That's what I'm saying. I think 22 screwed it up because he's supposed to take the deepest of the deepest.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, because if you look at the inside guy, when Godwin goes out,
he's got deep.
He goes out too.
Yep.
And then he's like, oh.
That's my man. My bad.
Who had the point? Who's got the point? Nobody.
His eyes are never on him. His eyes never touch 15.
Yeah, nobody's got the point. He walking into the end zone.
Nobody even laid eyes on him. Mm-mm. Whoever number 5 is a wild man. Alexander?
Yeah, Quan Alexander, yeah.
He got issues. He's just as bad as Demario Davis. Train wrecks.
Seeing that back there, look, it was at Latimer, 23. That's
looking back like, really?
That's a D-boot, yeah. That's he started looking behind you like, hey.
Who got this dude? Is that you?
That's uncharacteristic for them too in the games that I watch. You don't really see them bust like that. Oh, they tried to go for 2. That didn't work out.
Good pursuit.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's hard to outflank them because they run.
I mean, the Saints almost got caught.
All right, so I mean, for the most part, it's been pretty solid back there. Got a bust. I mean, the other touchdown, Mike Evans winning 1-on-1, your dude against our dude.
Yeah. But like I stated at the beginning of this, is you've also bought status. People are going to know who's in the middle of the field now. Were you scared of who was in the middle of the field with the Ravens? I mean, how many NCAA post routes do we see and people getting cooked?
I was gonna say offenses didn't play like they were scared. Whether they was or they weren't, they sure didn't play that way.
How many posts did we see people getting cooked? So, yeah. And hopefully we'll stop playing it that way. Jesus, can we please stop playing it that way? Play it a different way. But I think you'll see teams attack us differently in terms of who they attack. And it will be short middle, which is why you need to improve your inside linebacker coverage.
They tried it again this time.
Well, yeah.
He opened inside, but I think he might have been baiting him a little bit.
Yes, he was. Because he roll dodged it.
Yeah.
He rolled his
turn that thing. He was like, yeah, I'm going to go get this.
Yeah, I'm going to get this. Go ahead and throw it. Tom knew.
Yeah.
Tom's like, I know that trick. I saw Ed Reed do that stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, there ain't many tricks Tom ain't seen. I like it, though. Because, some guys ain't seen that trick.
So Tom is trying to hold him, too.
I like that. Mitch Trubisky might not have seen that trick.
Oh, my. Yo. Oh, what is good? Oh,
we got one.
Threw another one. Is it trap?
We got one.
Trap. I got you.
Oh, come on, Tom. What happened?
And Williams out here calling it.
What's going on in the backfield here? He get pressure? Nope. No. He just didn't see it.
He thought it was they were going to roll down to their normal safety hole.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
Stayed high.
Stayed high. Any other time they've run that crossing route, it's only been a single high safety.
Oh, and he got in. Did he get in? And he got in the paint.
See, Tom is anticipating roll. Doesn't get it. Doesn't pick the guy up until late.
Yeah, and he did get somebody crossing his face in the pocket at the last minute. But still, who's that coming across with a hand? Cam Jordan. There we go. Like they say, what does INT stand for? I need that. I need that.
I need that. I like that.
Our DB coach used to say, that's what INT stand for. I need that.
I need that. Oh, my goodness. That's good. That's real good. Yeah, they're just like, nah, I ain't got thrown on ups. We're good.
In the game, they just got to keep everything in front of them. Nothing deep, nothing cheap.
Close. I mean, that looks like Ravens on 3rd and 7 anyway, so. Let's say that out loud. I'm sorry.
You came out.
And then for some reason, the next time we see that, it'd be 4th and 6, and we decide, you know what? We're going to go full out pressure.
Zero,
and leave a corner who's been here a week and a half in the middle of the field. And Andy Dalton said, you know what? I can just throw this ball in the air.
Hey, scare money don't make none. Oh, whoa, what happened there? That hit him on the shoulder. I only keep watching 18. This is my guy Tyler Johnson. Came out of Minnesota. He came out a year before or 2 years before Bateman. He was there with Bateman.
Yeah.
He was the guy before Bateman showed up on campus.
I'm so glad they got rid of number 20. It changed this game. No, it changed this game.
It was moving too fast. It was moving too fast out there.
You just needed somebody who was competent.
Because it was weird because I think the starters are DeMario and Quan Alexander. So I don't know if he was in there. He was like in some packages or what was going on.
I mean, he looked like he got an arm brace on him. Maybe they were watching his snaps in the first half. Who knows?
Okay, here we go. Kneel it out. All right, so we got our first little look see at Mr. Williams there. And we got some other games, and who knows, we get into some other ones at another point in time. But what are your initial impressions there? Little division opponent for them last year.
I mean, I like what I saw. I expected him to be solid. I expected him to make the plays that he was supposed to make. He's always looking to help. He looks like he's got good range. He understands get the ball carrier on the ground. Like, I'm excited to what he can possibly unlock with Peters and Humphrey and Stevens and Clark and Stone and jam it out.
The base.
And I'm excited about what he brings because he now makes his team deep at safety, which we hadn't had in a while. So it allows you to play those big nickels against teams who might want to run out of spread. Now you got the bodies to do it. Now you got people who can cover. Now if you play more zone instead of playing 99% man coverage all the time, might get some turnovers doing this. So obviously they sold him something.
Yeah. I mean, you look at it, you say, hey, look, obviously we know what you bring to the table. We've been watching you. We watched your film. 15 interceptions the last, 4 years, how many years he's been in the league. Played on a good defense. And you know what we've got in the secondary when our guys are healthy. You know about Juice Man. You know about Humphrey. Clark's a leader out there, going to do what he needs to do. Hey, you can come be a part of this thing, and we can do some things, with you back there in the secondary. You mentioned range. I'm just going to throw the people a little bonus clip. That's why the beat was about to drop a few minutes ago. You saw my man. Watch the range. Watch the range. Look where he's at, top of the screen. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Give me that. So just in case you didn't know.
That's impressive.
Here, right? Left hash. Outside the hash, in the seam. All the way across the field, and give me that.
Here's the great part about that. He didn't stop working.
No.
He saw the busted play. He could have just jogged to the middle of the field.
Sure.
He wasn't looking for work.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. Look where he's at. And then look right there. When he opens the turn, he's already looking for work, like you said. He's like, all right, we're good up top. We got these two dudes covered. What else we got going?
Now scrambling.
Yeah, and then now he's gone right now. So, I mean, we've not had a guy be able to do something like that in a while.
No.
So those kinds of things get me excited because I'm just like, man, they ain't had a dude back there, like you said. I mean, you described it perfectly. Who can erase mistakes? Who can cover things up back there on the back end and just allow these corners. You've got these good corners. You're paying them. Let them be great, man. Let them go be great, and it could be good. It could be really good.
Very good.
It could be very, very good. So I'm looking forward to it. Maybe we'll get into some Za'Darius. I don't know how you feel about that. We'd have to go back a year, back 2020. Of course, he didn't play last year because he had the back injury. But maybe we get a little look at what he was when he was healthy, right? Before he hurt his back.
Definitely do that.
I mean, we know what he was when he was here the first time around, and you could see he was kind of on the verge of big things. And then he went up there to Green Bay and just kicked the damn door in for 2 years. So,
and like I told you off show, I'm just it's interesting to me that he has come back. That's one I'm shocked that it happened, and then everyone was like, "Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen." I'm just like, don't we remember what happened when he left? I mean, they didn't even offer him a contract. Now I know the Ravens say, "Well, we just don't offer contracts. We don't want to lowball people." No, stop. You go talk contract with that man.
Yeah, I don't know that I believe that for sure. I mean, I think they do what they can to, get as close to their number, the number that they want to get to as possible. So yeah, they'd have to try to sell me something else on that. But yeah, he went and he got paid as he should.
Yes.
He went out there and the market, dictated.
It was ridiculous when he was leaving. It was like, what do you get, like 17, 18? Sounds crazy.
He got a lot. He was, look, there was a couple dudes around that time. Remember CJ? The Jets jumped out there and they
dropped him 18, 17. How many games did he play? Like 5?
Yeah. And then I got a chance, it's funny how this stuff all kind of ends up coming together. Watching Morgan Moses, I was recording some of those games, and I'm watching when the Jets defense is on the field, just because the game is rolling through, and get a chance to see CJ back out there because I think he missed a year with COVID. I think he opted out with COVID, and then he had some injuries too.
Yeah, he got injured the next year.
Yeah, and then you see him out there. He's out there running around, still making plays. I mean, he not prime CJ Mosley. I mean, because he done been in the league for a minute. But he's still running around out there making plays. But yeah, man, I mean, I was thinking about that today. You look at that 2018 defense and the guys that left off of that defense. So Za'Darius left, CJ left, Weddle, they let Weddle go. Suggs left.
Gone.
They let, so I mean, I'm saying left, obviously they had different contractual situations, but they weren't on the team anymore. So, I mean, there was a lot of talent and experience that walked off of that defense.
And then you had Peanut and Kenny Young. And who was the other linebacker they fired? It was a third.
There was another line. There was another inside guy. I knew.
Yeah, those 3 of them were rotating.
Tim Williams got ran up out of there after the Kansas City game.
Yeah, but who was next to Peanut?
It was Kenny Young. It was him and Kenny Young.
They didn't run out Kenny Young and Peanut in the same, like, as starters. Like, no.
Who else did they have?
They had someone else, didn't they?
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Because remember they had to go get Bynes and Fort.
Yeah, but they had someone else, right?
Chris Board was there. I think to start that 2018 defense,
they were terrible in early 2019.
You're gonna make me look now because I think
I
might get somebody else there.
If you start no way this fan base would allow that to happen.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they had nothing to do with no, they had nothing to do about it. I mean, I'm sure they had something to say about it, but it was what it was.
Oh my!
Yeah, I remember. I'm not ashamed, right? I'll hold my hand up. I thought after 2018 and seeing Kenny Young in some spot duty when he was just allowed to see it, get it, because CJ was covering up. CJ was actually having to be the processor, read things, read keys. Kenny, go hit that gap. Peanut, go hit that gap.
Maybe it was Chris Ford and Peanut.
I was like, one of these dudes is going to step in here after CJ leaves, and we're going to be all right. But I was wrong. I was dead wrong. I was dead wrong.
I'm so disgusted when we didn't draft anybody and we didn't bring anybody. And we're like, yeah, let's give him money. You're going to do what?
For all our underage listeners, cover your ears. I was dead ass wrong. That is what it is.
I think that's the first time I started like talking to you guys was that whole debacle in Cleveland.
So I have looked it up. Okay, here the linebackers that got snaps a year. I'm thinking it was those two dudes before they brought in Bynes and Fort. It was the aforementioned Peanut and Kenny Young. It was Chris Board, and that was it for the inside backers.
Did someone get hurt?
Unless Tyus might have got a few snaps inside in different packages. Well, they put him in there in like certain packages or whatever.
Wink just teased us as he's like as a closer, and then never used him again. Like that's why he got fired.
That was it. Though they rolled into 2019 and said Peanut and Kenny Young are going to be our inside backers.
Somebody should be shot.
After the Browns game, I think it was after the fourth game. I think the Browns was the fourth game. Going into that first Steelers game, they went out and got Bynes. I don't know if they got Bynes and Fort the same week or got one.
Yeah, they got Bynes that Tuesday and Fort that Wednesday. Bynes started. But at that point, they had benched both of them. So who started next to Bynes?
They had seen enough.
Who started next to Bynes?
I think Peanut was still getting some snaps. He hadn't gotten completely sat down.
No, I think in that game it was a wrap.
It got reduced. Let's just say that. If I'm gonna be polite about it, the snaps got reduced as that went on, because he was. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. He was the starter. I mean, he was playing like 90+%, 89% of the snaps. Those first four games, even into that fifth game against Pittsburgh, he played 89% of the snaps, and then it was like it fell off a cliff. He never played more than 30 snaps the rest of the season.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. I think the Steeler game was like his last game.
That's it, because they just needed they had Bynes. I think they just needed a week to get Fort kind of a little bit comfortable, and then they said, "Oh, you're done." And then they traded Kenny Young in that season for MP.
The next week, like he got traded after this game.
Yeah,
because Marcus Peters showed up the next week because that was Seattle week.
Yeah, Seattle was his first game. Yeah, that's right. So
that's how quick that was.
Hey, credit to them for realizing. I mean, look, on the one hand, you can say you should have known better going into the season, but on the other hand, credit to you for being able to raise your hand and say, you know what, we my bad.
My bad. Who fire those people, or at least y'all didn't take the year off.
I was wrong for thinking that we could do that. We're gonna, and I mean, think about it. If they had not been able to go get Bynes and Fort, if those guys weren't available or didn't come or whatever, ain't no telling. What
they wouldn't have won in Seattle.
the rest of that season.
They definitely wouldn't have won in Seattle.
Because that was
Seattle made them look stupid.
Right? That was it. After the Browns game, they didn't lose no more.
Not until the playoffs.
Not to the playoffs, yeah. Not to the Titans. So if they didn't get those guys, there ain't no telling what would have happened.
Harbaugh would have got fired.
Hey, lesson learned. Lesson learned though. I think they learned from that. And since that time, they've made sure that they had a vet.
This is why I'm keen to see what they're going to do. Because obviously you got Fort coming back, but he's just going to be a rotational guy.
But he was on a 1-year deal. He was on a 1-year vet deal last year. So they got
him and
Bynes. Him and Bynes both were on 1-year vet deals.
Oh, that's right, because they cut him and then re-signed him.
So they got to decide.
Yeah.
What we going to do?
They need bodies in that room. They do.
Because right now it's Peanut. It's my man
say that name
Welch. Christian. Why did I say Peanut? Why did I say that? It's Chris Board. Is PQ. That's what I'm thinking. It's Patrick Queen. Chris Board. Because
Chris Board needs to go bye-bye too.
Because I think they tendered him. They did.
Now they got rid of the Osiski or whatever his name was.
Oh, Atara Alaka. Yeah. He's at it. Well, Board, his deal was up though, right? Didn't they have to do something to get him back?
He was a EFA or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's there. Christian Welch is there. Malik Harrison is there.
That's an interesting one to move inside. I can see that happening.
Well, that's what it was supposed to be, remember? His rookie year, he was supposed to be the other inside.
Please bring in a vet. We're not going to do this again. We're going to bring in a vet. We're not going to wait. Let me say that again. We're going to bring in a vet. We're not going to wait till the middle of the season.
Oh, yeah. Board, you know what? Board is he's a UFA.
Oh, yeah, problem solved.
Hold on, I gotta look. Maybe they offered him something and I missed it. I gotta use it. How you do that?
I mean, Double A is already in Vegas, so I'm already a happy camper this week.
Yeah, I know. Your guys, man, they just one at a time. They rolling up out of here. Is Board's the only one, right? You don't have nobody else. You got beef with anybody else?
Nah, everybody else that I had beef with is UFA.
They already out on the street. I think they must have heard you, man, during the season because they got rid of Wink. and even some of his crew. In terms of coaching staff, some of them, they got them up out of here too. And then, like you said, you got these other players, they out there as UFAs. So, it's kind of like, it's different because it's on defense, but it's kind of like that year. We were just talking about 2018. It was kind of like going into 2018 with the wide receiver room. Remember Willie Snead, Michael Crabtree, like they cleaned that bad boy out from the previous year and brought in these three dudes.
They couldn't get those people out of there quick enough. That group. Holy.
So they've shown they'll do that, right? If there's a group that kind of struggled the season before, they not bashful about, we're not just going to, switch up one guy or two guys, clean that whole thing up.
Yeah.
The secondary, like I said, is a little different with the secondary this time because those guys were hurt. But they didn't tender Westry. I think a lot of us thought they were at least going to tender him. They ain't tendering.
Once Wink was gone, it was no reason to bring him back because Wink likes those long corners because you cover up mistakes.
Yeah.
Because your length covers up your inability to get out of breaks. But if teams are just throwing over the top of you, that length is negated.
Yeah, especially if your eyes ain't right. You got your eyes on
and nobody's eyes are ever right.
So I don't know. Like at first I was thinking, okay, well maybe he gonna end up in New York with Wink, but then I'm like, man, Wink had him out there looking stank in some situations, so he might be like, I ain't going with him. That dude set me up. He played him, so there is that. Like, okay, he played me, he put me on the field, but he had me out there looking crazy, man, in some of those situations. So I don't know where he's going to end up here, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the rest of their UFAs, because I think until you said about AA, I think the only other guy who is signed was Tomlinson out of their UFA.
So I don't really see a lot of the Raven guys being picked up this time around.
Yeah.
And I think that's why DeCosta ain't worried about comp picks.
I think of the guys that were out there, I think a lot of people, me included, thought Bozeman would be the guy that would kind of maybe get signed first. But man, centers were getting signed.
He struggled some parts of this year in terms of handling a nose tackle. I mean, we saw in the Steeler game, he was getting his lunch eaten.
Yeah, them dudes been getting signed left or right, around him, other centers out there in this market. And, they really ain't been no bites. So I don't know. If he comes back, it looks like, the Ravens kind of got the leverage in terms of a contract, because they're like, hey.
But why?
Prices are not today's prices.
Right? Why would you bring him back?
Yeah, I'm not saying whether you should or you shouldn't. I'm saying if you were to, the price is going to be way different than probably what he was expecting when he.
That is true.
When he went out there, seeing what the market was. It reminded me of Ray. When Ray went out there that one time and thought, well, I'm going to go out here and get me a deal. And the market for Ray wasn't what he thought it was. And he ended up back with the Ravens. So
that was interesting.
You never know. But hey, we're going to get out of here. We've chopped it up. We've looked at Marcus Williams at least one time. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe we'll come through and do another one. Maybe we'll look at Zadarius. I don't know. We'll figure some different things out. Could be some programming changes coming in the next month or two. I won't get into too many details, but I might be a little scarce, just so like people are thinking, hey, what happened to Dennard? Get mad at Mikey firing? No, it wasn't.
Probably.
It could be that. It could be that. I'm a locker room cancer, so at some point you gotta.
Something like that.
You gotta get me up out of there after a while. I'll be taking everybody to the car wash. Anyway, carload full of dudes going to the
right.
Where did Chuck and them go? Where did Chuck and them go? What was the place called where they got stuck up? I mean, not Chuck.
Gus.
Yeah, man, that's messed up, man. I'm glad. Look, real talk. I'm glad Gus is okay, because that could have gone real south. But hey, keep your head on a swivel out there. That's what my man Chris Aguilera said. And Chris just joking. He said, hey, keep your head on a swivel, Gus, because they be out there, man.
Got to.
They be out there looking. That's how you know it's time to get out of here. When I start going down the path, we've said everything that we need to say. So hey, thanks for tapping in as usual. Y'all know what to do: like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And like I said, we'll get back at you hopefully next week, and we'll see, what we're gonna do. Could be some more free agent news by that time. So we'll play it by ear. We'll see, but. As always, we appreciate everybody for listening and rocking with us. And if you know somebody who ain't heard, spread the word.
Word.